Good morning, gentlemen. July the 14th here at 6:30 in the morning in central Illinois. Going to be a hot and sweaty day. But, you get one project taken care of and then something else pops into your mind. So what I thought about doing, I've had this for quite some time, is turning this Lionel 15 standard gauge tank car into a shorty. I bought this a long time ago. It's got all the pieces. It had all the trucks and everything. And it's a shame. It's a shame that they busted the walks and everything off of it, because this car's in pretty good shape. They made this tank car from 1906 to 1926, so it had a long run. But what I'm thinking about doing is, I've looked it all over, and I've got a chop saw. So what I'll do is I will gently remove the handrails. It is soldered here at the bottom, as you can see, on both sides. I will release that solder. And then I'm going to take, it'll be about 5 inches long. So that will be from about just on the other side of this row of rivets on both sides. Then I'll reattach the ends. Then I'll put one handrail across through the center. I will cut this. And what I'm going to probably do is keep one or the other and then manufacture the same type of hook setup that the car originally had. Might as well keep, why cut clean metal and when somebody's already done the work for you. So I'll do that. I'll reattach the couplers. I will shorten these and resolder the foot plates, the stirrups, and then I'll take and I'll mount it to a 10 series truck. I probably won't use this one. I might. I don't like the fact that these things swivel. So what I usually do is I make a fixture that slides in. It's like a clip. Slides in back behind there and makes this rigid, about 98% rigid. So I think this is doable. I will not solder it back on, but what I will do is I will take a 440 brass screw, drill a hole in this support, solder it, and then run that, just like what they've done here, run a hole up through there, and that way I can use a speed nut driver, and I can I can bolt the tank to the frame, and it would be ready to go. So that's one project that I'm working on. The other project I'm working on is a little bit more complicated, but I actually believe it can be done. What I'm doing is, this is a post-war Lionel motor. They use a DC can in it, and this is a very low profile. And what I'm trying to do is convert this from a plastic side plate to a metal side plate. And that will allow me a whole lot more opportunities to use this thing. Not as robust as what, for instance, the trolley motor is, but every bit as adaptable to certain other operations. And I can do this. I've already found out I can do this a couple of ways. I can either make it a double truck, or this is where I've already started. If I take, starting at the motor, you mount this gear to the wheel, you can cut the back half off. And then you can make a hanger to where you could make, for instance, this is the drive, and it hangs on this axle, and it would push it back and forth if that's what you want to do. Or I can go ahead and I can put the other gear over here, and I can run an axle through it, and it would be a four-wheel powered truck. Now, I started this a long time ago, and I gave up on it because I don't understand gearing. Gears are hard to find. But I saw a YouTube video here a couple of weeks ago of a guy who built a a hydraulic pump. And I never thought about this. He had everything laid out. Now he was using metal gears, but he had everything laid out. He got it to where it was just perfect. Then he took and he super glued these gears to the side plate. He then, once the super glue was cured, he took it to his drill press and he drilled out the holes where the mounting shafts go. Everything was perfect. Now with the metal gears, he took a pair of needle nose pliers and he popped those gears right off. He cleaned it up. He made the idler shafts. He set it on and everything was absolutely positively in sync. That's what I intend to do with this. I've already made my side plate, marked everything out. And this is what's really important, is where you put the motor. In fact, this piece of side brass is 3 1/4 inches long, and I wish it was 3 1/2. But this is just the initial start. But once you get the motor mounted where you want it, then you just draw your line and you add your gears. It doesn't make any difference how long the plate is. 6 inches long, 10 inches long, then you cut it to size. And if I get this done right and it works, and I don't know why it shouldn't, once I've manufactured a side plate that works, I can use that side plate as a pattern. So we'll see how this turns out. I have wanted to do one of these for a long time. I have wanted an under-the-truck power unit. And like I say, it's not going to pull 30 cars. It will be great for trolley cars. In fact, your bigger standard gauge passenger cars, if they turn to trolleys, it would probably take 2 of these to move it down the track as it should be. But I do believe it can be done. So that's what I'm hoping to do with this. We'll see how it turns out. I think it can be successful. I know that if I go and see my buddy in his machine shop, we started this a number of years ago, and he said, yeah, it's doable. But I found it to be, at that time, too complicated. But the idea of gluing these gears together and then drilling them out so that you had the proper mesh, that sounds like a winner to me, and that sounds like something that I can do. Because I have a rudimentary shop. I mean, look at that piece of Chinese crap. That's what I use to drill out stuff. And it's, I guess it's the best port in the storm, but it's not what I would really prefer. So, and I got it up here with me in the train. So there is a convenience, whereas my lathe is out in the garage. So I'm 74. I don't want to be running up and down the stairs every 10 minutes, although it gives you a lot of good exercise. All right, guys, that's what we've got. We've got 2 projects. This one is definitely doable, and this is a very good maybe. So we'll let you know. We'll let you know how things go along, and if you never hear any more about the motor, you know that I couldn't get the job done, but I think I can. And by the way, I don't get any residuals from this, but if you like this kind of stuff, you damn well need to buy the book. All right, guys, have a good weekend. We'll talk with you later. Toodaloo.